Divisional round coverage brought to you by TDECU Credit Union. Show them the debit card, Cody. Tell them how they can get it.
TDECU.org/Texans is where you can start finding out all the information of getting one of these fantastic TDECU Texans debit cards. I'm not going to show you the back before Landry beats me to the punch here. I'm not going to show you the back, but TDECU.org/Texans, 15 greater Houston area locations. You can get in there. Membership's required, insured by the NCUA, but your credit union, not just a slogan. They mean it. They're going to take care of you when you roll in there and put your money with TDECU.
Yes. All right. So let's get right into the injury report. We anticipated this. This was the worst kept secret. We knew this was going to happen.
Yep.
Nico Collins officially ruled out. So that to the surprise of nobody, he's out. He's been ruled out. Justin Watson also out. So that probably means an active Braxton Berrios. But this is something I think the Texans can actually overcome. I don't think that would have been the case the last couple of years, but I think first of all, an injured Nico Collins is kind of a part of life. Every once in a while, you're going to have to go through a stretch without him. But I think they've built enough depth at wide receiver to where they should be okay.
Yeah, it's a much better wide receiver situation than it has been in the past, where you're missing one wide receiver. If you're missing one wide receiver the past couple of years, you were in a lot of trouble. It's not great. Obviously, you'd prefer to have Nico than not to have Nico, but I like the spot that they're in from a trust the depth standpoint that they have right now.
Yeah, I think it's the best arsenal of wide receivers that CJ Stroud has had in this round in his career. Yeah. I think top to bottom, without Nico Collins, I think this is the last year you were talking about going to Kansas City without Tank Dell, without Diggs. Like you were relying on Xavier Hutchinson, who wasn't close to as good of a ball player back then as he is now. You were relying on him to produce, and that was very unrealistic. You were talking about, you go down the depth chart of guys. Jared Wayne played against Kansas City last year in the divisional round, and I don't even think he wore cleats, or he didn't wear the right cleats. That was for sure.
Yeah, so, exactly.
You're better equipped when it comes to life without Nico Collins, and I think you will be okay. Trent Brown's gonna play. Danico Autry's gonna play. The Jawar Jordan thing's interesting. I can say this: he sure as hell better be healthy. The way he was hooping in the locker room today, jumping around. He should. If he's hurt, then that's probably not the method I would have practiced. So I think Jawar Jordan's healthy to go too.
Jawar Jordan was putting together a vintage Kobe performance in the locker room, and British Brooks was not doing a good job defending him. So British Brooks, much better special teams defender than basketball defender, it turns out. But yeah, Jawar Jordan, healthy as can be, and I'll be interested to see exactly how they go about using Jawar Jordan, because you didn't have him last week. You relied on just Nick Chubb and Woody Marks. With Jawar Jordan, you got to find that right exact kind of mix. They
can't quit Nick Chubb after that game.
No.
They can't do that. That's not – I'm saying maybe I'm not saying they shouldn't. I'm just saying they won't. They've been waiting all year to have an excuse to play Nick Chubb as much as possible, and they actually got a valid one last week. He was perfect role.
Yeah, about 10 carries when the running game's, clicking and going like that, and – a little bit less when it's not going as well and not clicking as much.
We're live at BB's out here in Kingwood. Landry Locker, Cody Stoots with you. Let's just jump right into this. The CJ Stroud thing. That's the most polarizing topic nationally, most polarizing topic locally. Will CJ Stroud repeat his Monday mistakes? That's really the question. It's hard to imagine, isn't it? Like
the snap stuff, I got to imagine, is pretty well taken care of.
Is that your final answer?
Yes. He's not going to drop 3 snaps again. That's not going to happen.
Okay.
But the try to do too much after things get going, the poor decision-making in the red zone, could that pop up again? It certainly could. I'm not worried about the snaps. I'm worried about the interception, trying to do too much with a play.
Yeah, the balance that I have with CJ right now is the way that he acts on the field doesn't necessarily, it's not proportional to what he says to justify his mistakes. And I'll explain that. So the mistakes that he's making, it seems like he's trying to be Superman and he's trying to do too much. But then when he justifies them, he says, well, it's a team game. Fortunately, I have enough around me to where I don't have to do it. But if that is true, then it's kind of a contradiction and kind of counterproductive, because I think there's a big difference between doing what's capable, doing what you need to do to win, and then not being able to do some of the things that he might think he can still do.
The thing, the justification, and hey, I played good after I don't think he played good. I had a great, game, pre-snap, line of scrimmage type stuff when I don't feel like that was the case. I think sometimes CJ maybe has to say it just so he believes it. And in his mind, he believes it. I don't think he's trying to get anybody else to buy in on it.
I think CJ lives in the weird world of either you just completely suck or you're the best quarterback ever. And I don't think CJ really does a good job of balancing that there is middle ground.
You're the king of the gray area. You're saying CJ has no gray area.
I mean, I think he gets too high. We saw that in the offseason. Sure. Like he gets too high. And then I think he gets too low to where I don't think he should be low. Like sometimes he's on the sidelines. It looks like his dog died. And it's like, dude, it's okay. Like you're all right. You're going to be okay. And I think after the first year he got too high. So I think it's kind of like the balance of that. But my thing is, he doesn't have to do a lot, but he can do more. He can do more than he can do more than most. Like I've found myself like digging up stats of like 2015 Peyton Manning and 2010 Mark Sanchez and Trent Dilfer and Brad Johnson and their quarterback runs. And I'm not doing that because I think that CJ isn't better than those guys. By the way, 2015 Peyton Manning's the worst quarterback to ever win a Super Bowl.
He was not good.
Put his stats next to Trent Dilfer and Brad Johnson. He sucked. Like he was bad. But I do all that because those are all-time defenses and what the quarterback needed to do. And I think CJ is more than capable of that. I think he's just going to have to battle with the type of mistakes he had. And the problem that I had with what he said, and if he thought he played good last week or this week, I guess Monday, then what does bad look like? I mean, seriously, like if that was good, then what does bad look like? And if that was good, then I need to go back to the philosophy that I talk about, where maybe I just need to adjust what I expect from you. Because that was like 2016 Brock Osweiler good game. Like you're not Brock Osweiler. So what is the standard and what is the expectation? I think it should be a little bit higher. Like I don't think CJ Stroud should think that he played good. I think in his head, for whatever reason, he knows that he's kind of the joke of the internet. I'm not sitting there saying that he's like going right to his phone after the game, but you saw what I saw. Like, I feel like in his head, he thinks that if he says he played bad, then he's justifying like the low lows instead of the high highs. So I think he's almost like trying to convince himself.
That's the biggest element, is like, we're not talking about a guy that is incapable of having a very successful football game and maybe even being the reason that you win the football game. Like, this is not trying to convince myself that, a bad quarterback's going to get it done. Like Daniel Jones when he was with the Giants. Like, I'm not trying to convince myself of something that's not going to be there. Like, we know CJ can go out there, have a good game, and be one of the reasons you win the football game, be the reason you win the football game. And we also know that he can, box score wise, have a bad game and still do enough to help you win and play into the formula with which they've won. Kansas City's probably the best example of that. You look at the box score, well, he played terrible. But we watched the game. We all watched the game. There were moments in that game where he had to go and make big plays. He had to go and use his legs. That's something he has to bring back. Okay? He had to go and use his legs. He had to extend plays. He had to. Like, this is a capable quarterback. Like, I'm not trying to sell you a false bill of goods that, hey, this guy can't do it, and I'm hoping he can. He can do it. You're just hoping that he doesn't have to do it, and he can just play within himself.
The best way that I can put it is, after the Jacksonville game, I said I don't think they win that game with CJ Stroud. And
the one to start the
win streak. Yeah. I don't think they win that game with CJ Stroud. I never said that Davis Mills was better than CJ Stroud. I don't believe that. But I didn't think they won that game with CJ Stroud because, First of all, it wasn't Davis Mills' fault outside of the one interception that they got down. It was special teams. And I don't think that C.J. Stroud, with the highs, lows, was going to lead that comeback. And we'd seen C.J. Stroud in the red zone, and he was not going to score. I'm getting somewhere with this.
Okay.
They don't win that last game with as bad as C.J. Stroud was. I don't know that they win that with Davis Mills. Because the plays that C.J. did make when he wasn't messing up, like the highs were so high that they're not doing that. So that's how I think you kind of balance this out, where like the way that he was throwing the ball on third down is not. There's a handful of guys that
could go and have that
are
third
capable
down
of doing that.
Yeah.
And then the way that he was turning the ball over, you're out of the league in 3 years. So that there's like a middle ground there with him. But I think based on the fact he is capable of making those plays, that's why when C.J. Stroud says, I played good, I disagree. I think too much of you to think that was good. I can't agree with that. You're not the worst thing in the world. You're not elite, but you're better than that.
He was just one word off from being right, though. Because if he just said, I played good enough, I think we all would have been, yeah, you did play good enough. Yeah. It was good enough.
Can't dispute that.
Now, I don't know that good enough's always going to be enough for the Houston Texans to win games in the playoffs. It might be the case this weekend.
These teams aren't good. Like that. That's the other point about this. Like you're not facing like the last 2 times we've covered this. You were going to Baltimore. Lamar Jackson had just won the MVP. You were a 10-point underdog.
Yep.
You were a 10-point dog in Baltimore. Last year, you're going to Kansas City against the Chiefs. You had no receivers. You were, I think, a 10.5-point underdog or whatever the hell that was.
Starting Shaq Mason again.
Yes. So, like, it's not the same. Like, it's a 2-point line in New England. It's not the same. So, I don't like. Do I think that the Patriots, like, of all the scenarios, like the Patriots blowing out the Texans would be like insanely shocking to me. Like, there's like. I can't even imagine it.
We've played this game before. Let's play it real quick. The 4 scenarios: Texans win big, Texans win close, Patriots win big, Patriots win close. Patriots win big to me is the least likely scenario.
100%.
100%. What's the most likely scenario?
Texans win. I think
Texans win. Texans win close.
I might be overly confident. I don't know. I mean, I could see. Oh, wow. I think the top dude. I don't know.
We're in a weird spot here because it's flipped. Because you are optimistic about this matchup, and I got a little bit more hesitation, reservation about this matchup.
Why? Like, just tell me why. Like, that's the thing. Like, why? First of all, D'Amico Ryans is wired the F up. I think D'Amico Ryans in this season, I think it was almost like a road trip, like where. Do people go on road trips anymore? Like, is it or
people go on road trips?
I'm
yes,
just making sure.
Road trips are a great American legacy that will never die.
I'm making sure. I mean, a lot of stuff dies, and I'm not. You
go on road trips every holiday. You drive all over Texas and Oklahoma and all this stuff.
But before the season, they had a set goal. Okay, we've been to the divisional round twice. We're going to take the next step, and they know what the set goal was. Sometimes when you're on a road trip. Like your dad or your mom's getting pissed off the whole time. They're getting frustrated. There's times where they yell at the kids and stuff. And I think that there was times where D'Amico was maybe kind of finding himself, or it was just like, we just want to get there. Now that they're there, the dude is like wired up.
Yeah.
Like we talked to him today, the off record, like, dude, he's wired up. And like big
intensity.
He's locked in. He's confident. The defense is mean as hell. They're talking trash. Like He's just wired up and he's just focused.
And another element about the defense that I really like, as far as the focus and being dialed in for this one, is they have had some moments where they've had good defensive performances, and then they go in and it's Monday and they've erased it and they're starting right back. Like they've got the mentality to handle it. It's not like they're getting praised for having a good defensive performance for the first time and they're going to let it go to their heads. Like Kamari Lassiter. After the Kansas City game. I think he was talking to you. He's like, yeah, wasn't good enough. Didn't do this right. Didn't do that right. Could have done this better. And it's like, well, Patrick Mahomes' season is over basically because of you guys. But if you want to say you could have done better, then certainly you could have done better.
Yeah, you can say that. But like when I look at New England, it's like, okay, who are their receivers? Like, okay, Texans are vulnerable to the deep ball. Okay. I mean, Boutte, we're going back and looking at a Stingley highlight from last year. Okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he did get him last year.
Okay, how did Drake May look? Like, what does that even matter? Like last year, it was a different coach. Like, how did Drake May look? He didn't look good. I know it was his first start. Like, Stephon Diggs, okay, he's their best receiver. That's awesome. Like, he's a great leader. Great. Their offensive line got wrecked by the Chargers. I don't know. I don't know what the solution is for that. Their running backs actually kind of remind me of Pittsburgh, and their defense. I mean, those are nice D tackles, and there's a lot of stunts, but it's there. Oh, by the way, they have the easiest schedule in the league. Like, it's not like I can't sit here and lie to you and say I feel this way. Does that mean they're not going to go out there and lose? If they lose, I would be pretty surprised. But I just think they're going to go out there and win the game. Like, am I going to say that next week? No. I'm not. Like, if you're going to Denver and you're facing Sean Payton, no, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm confident. If Josh Allen has beaten the Jags and the Broncos and he's coming to NRG, I really don't care what D'Amico has done to him the first 2 times. As a matter of fact, I would actually be a little bit hesitant because of the law of averages of a really good player.
Sure.
But in this situation, I said this yesterday, and this was my main theme of the locker room. Sometimes it's okay to let people cut in line. Like, sometimes it's all right. Like, sometimes you can, like, there's some old lady that's about to walk in. Yeah, here you go, ma'am. Go ahead. Okay. You're at the grocery.
She gets seated before you because, she walked in.
You're at the grocery store and you got a full cart and there's someone behind you with 10 items. Go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead. Someone's family's in front of you. Go ahead. You can't let Drake May cut in line. It's his first time in the playoffs. You can't let him cut in line. Like, Deshaun Watson, he even beat Josh Allen in a playoff game before Josh Allen really became Josh Allen. Patrick Mahomes cut the line, but you can't let Drake May cut in line because everything's laid out perfectly for you. These teams that you thought you were chasing, they're there. I think the Patriots are actually playing with house money. But if they lose this game and it's because Drake May was just better than CJ Stroud, that's a big problem, and you can't let him cut the line.
I agree with you, and I like I was talking about it with the Bears this week. It's like the NFL universe does not want these young guys to arrive too quick. It's a Caleb Williams. I don't know if it's your turn yet, Caleb Williams. Drake May, I feel like, is in the same category. I don't know if it's your turn yet, Drake May, to go play for a conference championship, have a chance to go win a Super Bowl. Like, it doesn't feel like it's your turn. The NFL universe doesn't operate that way.
I don't look at Drake May and say, wow, this is 2018 Mahomes. Like, I don't look at it that way. He's a good player. But, like, I don't look at it and say, oh, this is 2018 and you have what Mahomes had. I don't look at it that way. I really don't. You know when it's not okay to let someone cut though? You kind of got to be a jerk.
What's that?
When you're walking into like a sandwich or Chipotle, you got to walk fast. Like, if you see like a family of 4, even if they're like pushed in a wheelchair, you just got to walk fast and act like you don't see them.
Well, hold on now. You're talking about 2 different scenarios. Because the race,
you got to do the walk and you got to act like you don't see the people. You got to get like at least 8 or 10 feet in front of them.
You're talking about 2 different scenarios here, because the race to get in line is different than I'm already in line and I let you. No,
I'm talking about when you park. Like, when you park, you got to be on a skip and a jump when you're going into Chipotle.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely speed walking like it's the Olympic sport, trying to get in line before people. Absolutely. Now, once we're in line, we're not going to have, we're not going to be doing any cutting or anything like that. But
Cody was one of those people that like records people at Chipotle. Hey, I need more chicken. I need more chicken. First of all, he was one of those jerks that's like, need some more.
Again, if I got a nickel or a dime in my TDECU account every time Landry lied about me, I'd be a millionaire. Okay. All right. I would be a gazillionaire many times over. Okay. It'd be like Scrooge McDuck. I'd be diving into the money. Okay.
So how do you feel about the running back rotation? What should the running back rotation look like?
I think the should is primarily Woody Marks. A few of his carries go to Jawar Jordan, Nick Chubb in the very specific spots, and then a few of his carries go to Jawar Jordan. I'm not just like immediately going right back to Jawar Jordan running back 2. Not by any stretch of the imagination. I think it's still, for me, primarily Woody Marks, with the other 2 guys mixed in as needed.
Doesn't it feel like they like Jawar Jordan throwing the ball to him more than they do Woody Marks?
It weirdly does, because Woody Marks' skill that you would have been excited about the most is his ability to catch the football out of the backfield, and they just don't line him up that way, and they don't use him that way. And like when he gets the ball, it's because CJ like kind of was like, oh, let's get it to him. It's not like a 1-2. Oh, look, Woody ran a great route. Boom, hit him. It's not one of those.
I want to honor Woody Marks right now. I lost my voice. I can't go. Oh. All right, we're back.
Yeah, but
all right, I'm about to knock it out the park.
His acting performances are way better than that, though.
He's limped off the field in every game. It's actually impressive.
And then when he comes back, he's better than the previous one. It's like you just get out of the way on the first play and then come back, and who knows what he could do in a game.
Turner Butts 5263 on the chat live out here at BB's Kingwood says, thanks for coming to BB's. May cannot cut the line. We didn't come this far just to come this far. Texans 17-13. So he's got the cover. So he's money lining it.
I
appreciate
like
you, my
it.
friend.
I do anticipate a little bit lower scoring than I think a lot of people are anticipating. It feels like people do believe May is going to move the football a little bit. Maybe the defense isn't going to be as good as it was Monday.
I think his running is what should really concern you because CJ Stroud doesn't run anymore. He doesn't run.
Correct.
I think he should wear the Guardian cap. I'm not even trying to be funny. I think he should be the face of the Guardian cap.
Here we go with the Guardian cap.
So. By the way, you don't think Nico's wearing a Guardian cap when he comes back? You want to bet?
Very, very different.
You want to bet, though?
Very different. Multi-concussion, same season.
You want to make a bet?
I believe Nico will.
You don't need to be making bets, brother.
I believe Nico will wear the Guardian cap. I believe he will. I think you're getting a kickback for every new player that wears a Guardian cap with your pro Guardian cap.
CJ wants people to not be mean to him. So I think the Guardian cap automatically creates sympathy. It automatically creates sympathy, and it also might create CJ Stroud. I love the CJ Stroud that was running early in the season. I love the guy that had 20 yards in 6 of 8 games and 13 when he left against Denver. He has 20 in his 6 games back. Guardian cap, man.
Maybe he's been saving it for a good moment.
Guardian cap, man. It brings the sympathy. Turner, you can't make fun of a guy with a Guardian cap on. If he's fumbling like that, you can't make fun of a guy with a Guardian cap on.
You absolutely can. I make fun of Romeo Doubs all the time. I make fun of all those Colts guys that wear the Guardian cap. Turner, thank you so much for the super chat.
Very much. Bo says, Cody, on his late stream, Landry said, that's always dead.
On his late stream, Landry said, and then here comes another lie. Let me get the Scrooge McDuck dive into my pile of money ready.
He says, you cut the line at the buffet for the last 2 pieces of pizza. Is this true?
I have probably done that before. I'm not even going to lie. If I see like, you're at the buffet.
He's line jumping for the 2.
Somebody's,
No, but this is where he's really out of line. If there's 5, Cody will take all 5.
No,
if you're behind him, he'll take all 5 if you're behind him.
Listen,
what's your limit? What's your limit of taking all the pieces?
Listen, I think
because the limit should be 2. You should not. If you take 3 pieces of the last pizza at the buffet line, you're a jerk. 2 is okay.
If there is 1 left, I will finish off that pizza. But if there's 2, I'll leave 1.
That's a lie. That's a lie. Now he's lying.
If there's 3, I'll leave 1.
If there's 2, I'll leave 1. That's the biggest. That's the biggest lie I've heard right there.
And I will say,
that's a damn lie.
If somebody in front of me, I get back in line and they're getting salad and this and that, I'll go around them, go get those last 2 slices and move on.
That's a damn lie right there.
Yeah,
you're leaving 1 of 2. Derek says, and Derek's going to the game tomorrow. He says, Stroud is my QB, man. He's pulling the TO.
He's doing the TO. Even put the sad emoji on there.
Yeah, he's a quarterback.
It's my quarterback.
Definitely is.
Who would be the most likely Texan to drop a that's my quarterback?
Like crying?
Yeah.
Will Anderson?
Yep. I think that's the perfect answer.
Yeah.
I don't have a better answer.
It would be Will Anderson for sure.
Yeah. I don't have a better answer. That's great.
Ricardo says Texans make history Sunday, our best chance in franchise history. Yeah, this is the first time you're not a double possession dog. Like everybody talks about these streaks, like Pittsburgh, you never won on the road. Well, they were never favored.
Yeah,
they were never favored. And this one, like it's kind of gone back and forth. So it's nothing like the other times.
Correct. It's very different. It is easily the best opportunity in franchise history. It's to me the best team that has gotten this far in franchise history. And I don't really feel like it's super close with any of these previous teams. I think last year was a pretty decent team, but they
had no receivers.
Well, and they had no offensive line.
Well, and they had no nickel. Like Jalen Petrie
Yep.
and Jimmy Ward were both out, so they had no nickel. Like this is the healthiest version.
Like you line this Texans team up against every Texans team that's gotten to this point before. This Texans team's winning all of them.
Dustin on the chat says, I think there are positives of his game last week. He was great on third down.
Sure.
I agree 100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think he was phenomenal on third down. Rich Boy Jay says, he's always got something crazy to say. He says, who had the more clutch Houston playoff performance? Christian Kirk in the wild card or 2015 Game 6 Josh Smith against the Clippers? Man, Josh Smith just spotting up with that lefty three right there.
That was actually
just out of nowhere.
I kind of think it's Josh Smith because
no, it's Christian Kirk.
I kind of think it's Josh Smith.
No.
The defense didn't even allow
because he was so high while he was doing it? Or?
Well, the defense didn't even allow a touchdown in this game. Like the defense scored enough to win the game.
But they needed every bit of Christian Kirk, like right off the top.
Well, I mean, the Rockets.
Christian Kirk surpassed all but 3 of his games on his first catch.
Correct.
The diving catch.
He has a career high 144 yards.
And now you feel different about it because we were talking about the receiver depth, and now all of a sudden you're like, well, Christian Kirk. What do we think about this? Training camp Christian Kirk.
That was like A&M Christian Kirk. I mean, he was awesome last game.
JC says, evaluate Stroud's game with no fumbles in the INT. I mean, I can't. What else are we doing?
Should I evaluate the play without Lincoln getting shot? Like, that's part of the resume. Like, I don't know. I'm sure Mary Todd loved it. She thought the actors and actresses were great. Okay. But hey, you know what? It was a great drive through DFW until, all right. So no, I'm not evaluating Stroud's game without the fumbles and the interception.
That's my pet peeve in baseball is when like a pitcher's like, yeah, outside of those 4 pitches, I really had a good game. It's like, well, you gave up a grand slam, a 3-run bomb, a 2-run bomb, and then you pegged the guy at the bases loaded.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if that's a really fair thing, evaluating without the fumbles. Chi-Town Brad says a lot of the media today is picking the Patriots. I don't know. I just saw on ESPN literally the entire line pick the Texans. He says he doesn't get it. The Texans have the better team. Is it a lack of respect for the Texans, or are they going off how bad CJ was playing? See, I don't know. Like, I feel like it's 50-50 at minimum, and I'm seeing like a lot more people pick the Texans.
I'm seeing as picks start to roll in across the various people that I would actually care to hear who they picked. I'm seeing a lot more Texans as well.
But who would you like?
I would think
what would be the reason if you picked the Patriots? I guess to answer his question.
If you're picking the Patriots, you think Drake May is going to be awesome. I feel like that's really
CJ. It's a quarterback, right?
Yeah, I mean, you might think CJ is going to make some mistakes, and you feel like Drake May is going to be much better, and that's going to be the huge difference maker. And that's why I believe you would pick the Patriots if you're picking them to win this game.
AJ says, first 7 weeks I was nervous and scared. Lately I've been anxious but confident, if that makes sense. No, that makes a hell of a lot of sense. Texans 24-10. So he's got a 24-10.
You're not going. I wouldn't be upset with 24-10. That'd be nice. It'd be really nice to.
I wouldn't be upset with 3-0.
It would be really nice. It'd be really nice to have a game where you're not, kind of like, it's
no, because that was a close game on Monday. Don't let anyone tell you that was a close game.
It's still a 1-point lead at the end of the third quarter, and you're like, okay, the defense is good. And I don't believe Aaron Rodgers is going to put up a bunch of points, but you still got to score more. Like, it'd be nice to not have one of those this weekend.
Yeah, because that was a close game. Like, you look back at the scoreboard, that was a close game. Big Drano 4 says, honestly, don't understand how QB with his talent who is winning isn't more confident, especially one who's winning. I feel like the noise gets to CJ, and he believes that he needs to do more.
Well, that's the wrong approach. Do less. Don't do more. Don't try to do too much. Do less. Don't try to be the hero. Let the defense be the hero. Let Woody and however much Jawar and Chubb help be the heroes. Don't try to be the hero.
The defense. Derek again says the G-cap worked for Petrie. It looks great on him too. It's actually kind of weird. It looks appropriate.
I've seen the sentiment.
Toad.
I've seen the sentiment make its way around social media that Petrie pulls off the Guardian cap, and you were the first one to kind of notice that.
Yeah, he pulls it off. It looks good. Looks solid. It actually fits his style. He does his thing. Ray _Manthus_ in Austin. Maybe with y'all's background, you could explain why the national media seems like it dislikes the fourth largest city sports teams. Thoughts?
I don't care if they like them or not.
Do they? I can explain. The Astros cheated, so everybody hated that. Like,
sure.
That would probably be that.
James Harden was a foul merchant.
Yeah, people hated James Harden. I think they like the Rockets now.
People hated Daryl Morey, too.
Easy to do.
Yep.
Easy to do.
Okay. Someone from the crowd said Dwight. Yeah, not a super likable
I don't
guy.
think anyone hated Akeem in them. I think
they
was
like
beloved.
Here's what I would simply say about the national media. Doesn't like the Texans or doesn't give them praise or whatever.
I think D'Amico's beloved, man.
I think they like D'Amico. Will Anderson said it best. If they ain't Houston, F them. Okay, so who cares what the national media thinks?
They like them though.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think this week I think they are well liked.
It's not real. Like they like them. Like the Texans defense is getting more love than any quarterback, any defense. Like they like them.
Yeah, this week certainly.
Why are the 5 fumbles talked about as if he lost all 5? Says Triple AG. May lost a fumble and had an INT, and it's a non-story. So double standard with Drake May and CJ Stroud per AA.
Well, I mean, let's not pretend like that play just like, it doesn't count. Like it counts. Like the play is ruined when you drop the snap. You can't. I mean, I know he was able to roll out and have a good incompletion to keep them in 3rd and short on the second down one that he dropped.
That was huge. That was before the first scoring drive.
The play's ruined when you drop the snap. Like, let's not pretend like you just get a free pass because you didn't turn the ball over. And that was one of the worst interceptions I have seen in recent memory.
Yeah, I don't.
Where it was, type of game, what he tried to do, what he didn't do with that play, awful.
Yeah, I don't think that if you watch the Chargers versus Patriots and Texans versus the Steelers, if you can't clearly tell that CJ Stroud's blunders were worse than Drake May's, then you love the Texans, and that's great.
Yeah.
But it's pretty easy to see.
Yeah.
320 says Cody drops Mike and killed the inventor.
Oh, is he saying that there should be no more mic drops because I had such a good mic drop? All right. It's very generous, and I appreciate it. Landry would never give me that credit.
D. Rivera, does everyone hate you? Like, are you doing the
no?
Everybody hates Houston thing?
No.
He says, hey, guys, big fan. Any player props y'all like for the game? I like Xavier Hutchinson greater than yardage. I like that. I actually kind of like Higgins greater than yardage, too. I think his is a little less than 40. I think what's happened with Christian Kirk is now his yardage has gone up, like his props, and now like the guys who you have the larger sample size of producing, theirs have gone down. So I like the Hutchinson. I think it's like 23 or something like that. 20. It's in the 20s. So I like the Hutchinson.
Hutchinson would be a good one. I would think that Higgins' receptions is one you can pay attention to. You'll probably get pretty good, boost or value, however you want to phrase it in that.
Kate Stover over is always the most fun.
Oh, because it's like
7.5 yards.
Yeah.
So
It's always
that's one catch.
It's like less than 8 yards.
That's one just like drag out, like right there. Kate Stover greater than 7.5. Hutchinson greater than 20s would be mine. And then you can always get like 4-1 on like a Rankins over a half sack.
Yeah.
Or like a half sack. Derek Barnett, I think, is like 7-1.
Ooh. For a sack?
A half sack. Yeah, it was like 7-1. So you can get, like, if you think Derek Barnett can just come in and get a half sack.
All right. Well,
yeah. So those would be mine. Not that I follow that very closely or anything like that.
Sure.
Sean says, where exactly is Nico in protocol? They don't tell us a damn thing about protocol. Quite frankly, I don't really understand what protocol is. Like you can't look it up. I don't know what it is. I know you have to practice twice or you can simulate. I don't know where Nico is in protocol. He's not close.
He is not to the portion of protocol where he is practicing yet. Yep. He didn't practice today.
TB says he just pulled up the Spankies. Where's everybody at? Just camp out. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, just hide in the roof, steal a slice of pizza for your sustenance for a week. No, we're out of BB'S today out in Kingwood.
Who will be the receiver one with no Nico Collins? Is it going to be Christian Kirk? Are you on the Christian Kirk bandwagon?
I am not. Like,
sorry to ask.
So I think this is who's going to have the most receiving yards in this one. I feel like it feels to me like this is one of those like Dalton leads the Texans with like 68 yards. One of those things. But I would think as far as amongst the receivers,
Higgins.
I kind of like the Higgins situation. I feel like I like this spot a lot for Jaden Higgins.
Yeah, I like Higgins. That would be my guy. I think he's just got the dog in him.
Hutchinson's had some nice moments standing in for Nico.
I'm keeping Jalen Noel. I'm keeping an eye on Jalen Noel. I might like a Jalen Noel touchdown in this game.
Really?
I think so. Talked to him today. Very confident fellow that Jalen Noel.
He looked like he was dialed in.
You were listening, weren't you?
Yeah.
Why was everyone being so weird about that?
I don't know. I don't know.
I was sitting there like doing. I just went up to him, and normally
tonight,
when you go up to him, there's
the
like
locker room exclusive with Jalen Noel.
It was for some reason. Like I talked to him, and normally whenever they talk, like there's a media scrum, unless you're, hey bro, I'm gonna come up to you after. But I was just sitting there thinking there was gonna be like a scrum, and then I talked to him, and I turn around, and there's like 6 video cameras and like 5 people just sitting there watching. I'm like, what is going on here?
When you don't come all the time, you sometimes don't know the operation.
I was like, but anyway, he did say he's taking it personal with the with all the Jones love. He said he didn't shy away from it because Woody Marks basically said, I don't care about stat. I'm not going to be like you and do a Woody Marks impression. It's very insensitive of you. But
when have I ever done a Woody Marks impression?
Oh yeah, that's just your Jackie Chan impression. But anyway, I thought that maybe he would shy away from it. It's like, no, as a competitor, yeah, I hear that he's the best. I want to
be the best.
Show him what's up.
Yeah,
and I might have also said that Frank Ross said he was the best.
Yeah, no, you definitely dropped that in. It was weird. I thought it was a weird way you said it. You were like, Jalen, Frank said you sucked.
I did not say it like that.
And that Marcus Jones was way better than you.
I feel like there was a time where Noel, it felt like he was so close to breaking one, but the last few weeks it seems like he's nowhere close. Like it seems like he's like running into a wall.
They had him bottled up, man.
Like it's almost like now when he gets to the 25, it's like, oh, that's good because there's like they're just like already there. But like early in the season, it was like, man, he's so close.
Yeah, it went, and then there was like the starting past the 35. There's one that started like about midfield because he had a nice return. Like, you could use one of those on Sunday. That'd be nice.
SNL Live at BB's out here in Kingwood, presented by TDECU. And we anticipate that Braxton Berrios is probably going to be active. There's no probably about it. He's going to be active.
Yeah, and I think he's going to go pee on the Brady statue before.
Yeah, way to steal my joke there.
Yeah,
dude.
no, I beat you to it. I think you said it earlier this week. It's a good joke. I'm going to use it.
Said it a few times.
Comedy is thievery.
But okay, Mencia, you want Berrios returning punts in this game, don't you?
No, I don't. No, not at all. Not at all. You know, if you want to make Quintez Cephas active from the practice squad instead of Berrios, be my guest.
By the way, I have a theory on that. You want to hear my Quintez Cephas theory?
Okay, this is deep.
All right, never mind.
No. You already don't rob the people of the Quintez Cephas theory.
No, never mind.
Hold on, I know what to do here. Do the people at BB's and on YouTube want to hear the Quintez Cephas theory?
No, that's too hipstery.
All right, Here we go. Fire away. You gonna deny the audience like this?
So a while ago, Cephas was in like a gambling controversy with the Colts, right?
I mean, he got caught gambling on football.
Yeah, and how long did he get suspended?
A full year.
Who was his locker by?
Quintez Cephas' locker was right next to Darrell Taylor's locker.
I think the Texans might be getting inside info. I think Darrell Taylor, they're talking about him helping New England. I actually think he's going to be giving tips to the Texans. And Quintez Cephas just can't get away. Once you start gambling, you just can't stop. I think Darrell Taylor's gonna call his old locker mate, and then he's gonna tell him like what the plays are. And I think it's actually like a year and a half from now we find out that Darrell Taylor bet like 550,000 Texans alternate line.
Darrell Taylor, an accidental reverse spy. Like Quintez Cephas knocks on D'Amico's door. It's like, hey, coach, Who are you again? It's Quintez. All right, yeah, what's up? I got some inside info. You might need it. You got some inside info? Sit down. Let's hear it.
Is this a Dalton Schultz game?
I think it is. It feels to me like
Define
it is.
Dalton Schultz game.
CJ getting the ball out on time, getting it to Schultz as that kind of sits down in the zone, and CJ will just get it to Dalton when there's probably a bigger play to be had just because he sees him open and he gets him the ball. I feel like it's going to be a Dalton Schultz game. I like Dalton in this spot. He's been a little quiet here for a month or so.
Yeah, he had that good drive against Indy.
Yep.
And then
the opening drive against Indy was, and
before
that
he looked more like 2024 Schultz.
Right. But I feel like we're going to see 2025 Dalton Schultz in this one.
Will the O-line allow similar pressure to last week?
That's probably one thing. I'm the O-line guy, so it's probably my fault. We haven't talked enough about is they did allow a decent amount of pressure from the Pittsburgh Steelers. In fact, it was the most pressure allowed in the wild card round by any of the teams. It was nearly 50%. And it was a, not good performance a couple of different times from the offensive line and the pass blocking. Now, the run blocking was really good. But if you let the Patriots get after CJ, something's wrong. Something bad's happening there. That's not a great pass rush.
We knew Pittsburgh had a good D line.
Right.
Yeah, so there's that factor. The Chargers, their offensive line's completely depleted. The Texans is not great, but yeah,
one of their
my
better
answer would be no.
One of their better pass rushers, Harold Landry, he's dinged up. He was limited in practice this week, and then he didn't practice today. So they might be without him come game time on Sunday. He's one of their better guys.
Carbonated Cancer says, ironically, CJ rated higher last weekend than May.
Is that QBR, QB rating?
RTG,
QBR?
QBR. Yeah, I mean, I could see that. Drake May really didn't have to do a lot. Didn't really hurt him that much. I could see that.
CJ had.
Plus, they also count the, which I think is kind of misleading, but they count the flea flicker as a fumble instead of an interception, even though he's trying to throw it. Like it's kind of the same thing.
Okay. So that's not as QBR affected as
it doesn't affect as much, but I think it was just as bad as an interception. But that's always kind of interesting where what they do and don't choose is a fumble and a
statistically what's so QBR basically boils down how QB did into one number.
I think Drake's going to struggle. So I think Drake's better than CJ right now, but I think he's going to struggle.
He's got a much tougher opponent. The Texans defense is much, much better than the Patriots defense. So, Drake May's going to have a very tough time on Sunday. And if you thought Herbert was running for his life, I think Drake May's going to be running for his life a la Herbert was last week.
He's running for his life. Rich Boy on the chat says, realistically, he's asking Dr. Stoots, does Nico come back for the playoffs?
Certainly you would feel good about his chances to come back next week if they advance. I would. Almost 2 weeks? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I don't believe this to be some sort of season-ending concussion.
I don't have a guess. I would think, but I don't know. Don't know. Like all concussions aren't the same. I think it's funny because it's like, well, Christian Gonzalez is coming back. He had was it the same concussion? Like there's different levels of concussion. There's different levels of
no, Landry.
The
Patriots cheated, and that's why Christian Gonzalez gets to play and Nico doesn't.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on there.
Patriots cheated.
But I know they're not all the same. Sid Texans fan says, against mediocre defenses, RO and CJ play competent. Where does the Patriots D stand when it comes to that? Texans 24, Patriots 13. They're like top 8. I think they're top 8, like anywhere from like 8 to 4, depending on what you look at when it comes to defense. But their strength of schedule and the offenses they have played are very bad if you kind of factor that in.
They're like a Fugazi top-rated defense because they've played so many bad teams. The Dolphins, the Jets, some of these other teams that they've had success against, it's not impressive. It's not impressive.
Yeah, I
like their corners. Their corners are nice. Gonzalez and Carlton Davis. Davis got CJ twice in the Lions game last year. But I don't think
he's the most overrated player in the league right now.
Carlton Davis?
He sucks, dude.
Okay.
Like, no, that is easy. That is the most overrated player in the league right now. You know how I talk about like Parker Washington, and he might be one of the most underrated. I think Kamari Lassiter is underrated. Carlton Davis is the most overrated player in the league right now. You might see that on Sunday. He's not good.
Okay. I mean, he got CJ twice last year. That's the only reason I'm even bringing him up. And then their defensive tackles.
Yeah, that was a tough one too.
The Lions game?
That was a tough one.
Yeah, no, that was awful. The Lions game
was a wasted defensive performance.
The Lions game is what got Bobby fired.
I would agree.
I truly believe that.
I would agree.
The Lions game got Bobby fired.
Branson Thomas says, weren't we the top statistical offense last week?
I would assume total offensive performance, the Texans were pretty high up there. But
it depends how you look at it. Like, do you count points or
didn't Chicago have a big day?
Yeah, they had to come back.
Yeah. I mean, if you're counting points scored by the offense, no. Yardage, yeah, they were up there.
Wesley says, lot giggling and optimistic this week. We're definitely about to win, LOL. Maybe. We'll see.
I mean, you this is the most optimistic you've been about a Texans game maybe all year long.
I felt that way about the Cardinals and Raiders.
Okay. Cardinals and Raiders in the back end of the season, very, very similar to Texans.
But I did
Patriots
think the Raiders.
I
actually feared a potential trap in those games more than this.
Okay, now that makes more sense.
Yeah, but this one they're not going to get trapped.
No, I mean you no show in the divisional round, that we're going to have a whole different conversation.
Yeah. How many sacks for Will and Daniil? You asked this. 3.
I think at least one each, and then probably
3 combined.
Probably 3 combined is a pretty safe wager. 3 combined. I mean, it's just like it's very. I hear these like the advanced stats and this and that about May. It's like, oh, he was great against pressure. So okay, like I understand that, and you can still be successful even when there's pressure. In addition to great against pressure, he was also the 4th most sacked quarterback in football. He had sacked 47 times this year. More than Lawrence, more than Allen, more than Goff, Mayfield, all these guys. So like you can get to him, and then you think about, okay, he's good against pressure. It's like, well, some of these teams he played sucked. So like if the Jets give you pressure, okay, cool. It's probably not that hard to make a big play against the Jets defense at the end of the year. No interception Jets defense.
It feels like May has to do a lot. Like we talk about how much CJ has to do or doesn't have to do. It feels like Drake May has to do a lot. Like for this team to win. I like,
no doubt,
their backs are all right. Like I like Stevenson. I like Travion coming out of the draft. By the way, did he just abandon that he was going to get called Trey? Like that was his whole like sales pitch at the combine is I'm going by Trey. And it's just he just said F it.
And he's still Travion.
Yeah.
I don't know why he did that. Trey Henderson would have been a totally fine way to go about life.
But yeah, I think it's kind of similar to what we were talking about Pittsburgh last week with the backs. They're good backs. It's just like, are the Texans going to get gashed on the ground?
Here's
How
what
often does that happen?
Here's what I do worry about in this game, and it is Trey/Travion Henderson, however you want to name him. I do worry about like a James Cook moment from Travion Henderson. I don't believe Warren and Gainwell possessed that last week. But remember when Cook just, one cut, boom, to the house, there's 7 points. Like Travion Henderson can do that in this game. He's had these huge plays for the Patriots over the course of the season.
Yeah, he did that last year in the college football playoff. Back when Ohio State used to win college football playoff games, like at the end of the first half, the game was tied and he took it to the house. So he's been known to do that for sure. I want to talk about something that we really probably aren't giving enough attention to. I know we've addressed it, but if you look at the divisional round, and this might be kind of a memory refresher, the impact of special teams in the divisional round, massive. And you go back to last year against Kansas City, Fairbairn was 2 for 4.
Ooh.
And he had a missed extra point against Kansas City. He was 2 for 4. He had a missed extra point. The first play of the game, Chris Boyd threw his helmet off and pushed Frank Ross, and the Chiefs averaged 33 yards per return. So the special teams were terrible. Like, there was a big impact on special teams. You can make a case because it was a close game. They had a chance to lower it to 8. Remember?
Yeah.
They had a chance to lower it to 8, and Fairbairn had a field goal blocked. And then the Chiefs got the ball, and then the Texans were never able to recover. So special teams last year were a big factor. You go to the year before against Baltimore. Fairbairn was one of 2. They actually had a chance to take the lead at the end of the second quarter, but Fairbairn missed a 46-yard field goal. He missed a 46-yard field goal in Baltimore, and their only touchdown was a Steven Sims punt return.
Yep.
And that kind of flipped the game around. So special teams in the divisional round, we don't talk about it a lot. It's been a massive thing. And I'm getting my haircut today, and I look up and I see the not top 5 on ESPN, and Kaimi Fairbairn made it because he kicked the extra point he kicked. And I'm like,
the line drive extra point that went under the crossbar.
I know you were up 24 points, but man, like that, I don't think we should ignore that. And I also don't think you ignore a 22-yard shank from Tommy Townsend. So it would just be a damn shame if all these discussions we're having about the defense, the offense, and all that, all of this just doesn't matter because the special teams. Kaimi Fairbairn's 3 for 6 in the last 2 divisional rounds. Outdoors, he's 3 for 6. He's 3 for 6, and he's missed an extra point. So let's just keep an eye on that because it has been one of the factors. I still think they were outmanned, but the special teams, they didn't win those battles.
The old D'Amico Ryans, it's a different team, doesn't really apply when it's the same kicker.
No, it's the exact same kicker, yeah.
Yeah, D'Amico's, well, it's a different team, different year.
Did you see the gloves Kaimi Fairbairn was wearing the other day?
I think you described them as OJ gloves.
Looked like he was about to get a damn thing of cookies out of the oven.
They were the big skiing gloves,
dude. Those gloves were thick, man. The Hawaiians hate the cold, man. Fairbairn, we got to keep an eye on this. We really got to keep an eye on this Fairbairn situation. 3 of 6 is crazy. They've missed a 46-yarder.
And he hates the cold. I feel like seeing snow probably
puts him in a bad mood.
The feeling of cold even more.
Snow puts me in a bad mood.
Apparently, it's going to snow, and oh god, everybody's.
He hates. Cody hates snow talk.
It's like the apocalypse. It's going to snow. Oh my god.
Cody hates snow talk.
No one's ever played in the snow before. What will happen?
Did you ever make snowmen when you were a kid? Remember it would snow?
Yeah, of course. Go ahead. What do you got to say? You got something to say?
Nothing.
You got something to say about the height or width of the snowman?
What?
There's something that you want to say about that?
Will Drake May go at Henry To'oTo'o? We thought Aaron Rodgers would. Do you think that Drake May goes at Henry To'oTo'o? I think the fact that they have Travion means perhaps, but the Steelers had Gainwell.
But Stevenson and Henderson can both catch the football out of the backfield.
Remember when Stevenson had a big fumbling problem?
Yes, I do.
He's fumbled only twice this year, right?
Correct, yes.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing about will Drake May go at Henry To'oTo'o? The legs. I mean, when you think about some of the rough defensive moments against quarterbacks running, Henry To'oTo'o has been in and around the vicinity of some of those. Like, Baker Mayfield in week 2 and some of the other quarterback rush moments. So that's something to pay a little bit of attention to. When Henry gets put into the precarious, there goes Drake May moment.
Yeah, I think the Patriots have a smart staff that will figure out how to attack that. Say what you want about Josh McDaniels. By the way, he looks like he's gained like 12 years of his life from the Raiders to now. He looks a lot younger.
Nobody looks good spending a lot of time in Las Vegas.
He looked awful. I used to think Pete Carroll looked good for his age, and now I don't know about that.
Las Vegas will age you much differently than any other place.
How many rushing yards for Drake May? The greater than less than is like in the 40s.
I saw like 36 and a half, something like that. 36 and a half.
Yeah, it's in the 40s.
He had a 37-yard rush before halftime last week that set them up for 3 points. They stole 3 points right before halftime against the Chargers. So I got to imagine if stuff starts breaking down, he'll just start taking off. And, I mean, Herbert did it against the Texans a few weeks ago, and it worked out okay on that big drive that they had where he took off, like, what was it, 3 times on the same drive?
Yeah, I just feel like they're gonna have better control of that. I don't know. I go back to D'Amico Ryan just being locked in. Yeah. It just seems locked in. This defense just seems locked in. It just seems crazy. And I can tell you something else. And this is an educated guess. I don't think it was too smart of Kayshon Boutte to say what he said, because I know they're aware of it. Like I know for a fact that they're aware of it. And when you actually watch it, it might not have been harmless. He was just basically saying, I'm a competitor. They're going to run man. They're not going to do anything crazy. I wouldn't say this is the best defense that we faced. Although Mike Vrabel and Josh McDaniels, you know what they said?
What did they say?
This is the best defense that we faced.
Oh, imagine that.
Your offensive coordinator and head coach said yes, but Boutte said, "No, I don't know. I don't think so." They're aware of that. He said it's very simple. They're aware of it. I know this for a fact. They know what he said. They'll act like they don't. They know what he said.
That's always my favorite. It's where, yeah, we don't really pay attention. No, we don't make it bigger than it is. They beat Buffalo and with Stephon Diggs on the team, they get in the locker room and it's like, we won this one for Diggs. And it's like, oh, okay, so it was a big deal. I do love that about the Texans' mental approach to games. No, that doesn't bother us. Yep, no, we wanted to definitely do that.
No, they know what he said.
Oh, yeah.
I know this. I know this for a fact.
Oh, yeah.
CJ Stroud kind of feels like the yeah, but right now. It's like the Texans are good, but like that's kind of what CJ Stroud feels like right now.
Oh, he's the yeah, but.
He's the yeah, but. Yeah, the Texans can win. Yeah, but CJ Stroud is that life comes at you fast. Because if you would have told me we'd be having this conversation 2 years ago, I wouldn't have thought that.
But it's a little bit. Isn't it a little bit of a different conversation than previous? This team is good, yeah, but the quarterback. Because
it's not Brock Osweiler, yeah.
Correct, yeah. Like he has showcased good moments, good play, and things like that. So it's a little bit different than, oh, hey, the Giants are making a run. Daniel Jones is the quarterback. I don't know why I keep picking on Daniel Jones.
What is Daniel? Dude, the guy's got like a dang wheelchair basically right now, and you're picking on him.
Daniel Jones is fine. He didn't care if I'm
why is Daniel Jones catching strays now?
It's just the most recent one that comes to mind.
He was having a good season.
Yeah, that's fine. How'd that end? How'd that time in New York end?
How'd that end? Oh, you're talking about the Indy. Wow.
How'd that time in New York end?
Cold-blooded Cody. St. Louis Rebel on the chat. Appreciate you, my friend. He says, I thought if you have a concussion, you can't be exposed to light. Why is Nico Collins liking Christian Kirk IG posts and other people's posts? How serious is his concussion? I'm confused. So I think you can look at your phone. I'm not a doctor. I think you can look at your phone.
I do appreciate the in-depth research the St. Louis Rebel went through this. Everybody responds differently, and all the concussions are very different.
You could be in dark mode too.
Correct.
You could have your phone in dark mode. So what if he's like, oh, I got a concussion. I got to.
Oh, this is
turn
too
this
bright.
to dark mode. Oh, light.
You even know how to turn your phone on to dark mode?
Maybe.
Nope.
Maybe in settings. What's the point of it?
I guess it's supposed to be easier on your eyes, which would indeed lead to, hey, maybe he's sending some DMs out to some people. Okay, maybe he's got to set some things up for after the game.
Is Nico a man about town?
I don't know. I don't know why he's on Instagram. That's always. I know this bothers you to no end. Is they should only focus on football. It's like,
what do you mean?
Like if you see like,
I saw Henry To'oTo'o getting roasted because he was out like walking his dog and did an Instagram with his wife or something.
Why isn't he focused on the Patriots?
Why are he focused on the guy? He can't walk his dog now?
Yeah, exactly. That's always funny to me. That's always funny to me.
But there's it's like Tony Romo going to Cabo is a different thing than.
Well, yeah,
the guy walking his dog.
The Giants boat trip is a different thing than Nico liking Christian Kirk's Instagram
Like
post.
the dude went out to drink on Thursday. It's not that big of a deal. Is it?
Wait, what?
Like if a player goes out and has some drinks on a Thursday, is that big of a deal?
I don't know. They got to be locked in, man. You got to think about the hydration. You're putting alcohol in your body. Your body's a temple. All that kind of stuff.
Logan Taylor says,
I'm the perfect guy for your body's a temple messaging.
Logan says, I could see. Yes, you are.
You just want to make your temple really big.
I could see them lining up Anderson and Will on the left side and Autry or Barnett on the other. Break that down for me, Cody.
The old okey doke where they show you something they haven't really shown before. Everything's working so good on, we just line it up, snap the ball, let's go. I don't think you need to change or adjust too much. You know?
I don't think you need to overthink it.
Yeah, don't overthink it.
In this situation.
Don't oversimplify it, but don't not try something if stuff's not working. You know, if you're not getting a pass rush with just the simple rush 4, maybe you try something, but they've been getting home with the simple rush 4.
Double AGG, why don't TFLs get the same love as sacks? Sacks get stacks, man. I don't know. I like TFLs. They get recorded. I mean, I guess it's just a subjective thing.
I mean, how many guys are like are we insinuating that someone has like 5 tackles for a loss and nobody gives them any credit? I don't think that's the case.
I feel like Petrie's TFL game was pretty on fire last.
Did he like get?
Got a couple.
Yeah, like okay, TFL sacks, pretty similar, I guess. Sure.
Sacks are usually more yardage lost, I guess. It's not the quarterback. Like you're not eliminating a throw, like because you're eliminating the possibility of a throw.
I mean, Petrie got credited with 3.5 stuffs, which is rushes for 0 or negative yards. That's a good play. It's a good stat. He was really good in that game. This guy's making agents arguments for him. My guy was a great tackle for a loss guy. You know who was a tackle for a loss, not a sack guy? Clowney. Clowney was a big TFL, but not a sack guy.
He was a run stuffer. Carbonated Cancer says, feel like May is going to throw 2 interceptions, 1 fumble, 7 sacks.
Good Lord.
Final score 17-6. Where are you at offense if they do that? Without a CJ turnover, 17-13 with a turnover. That's not much confidence in the offense right there. For 2 INTs, a fumble, and 7 sacks.
Yeah, if that happens and they score 17 points, I'd like to have a dialogue about the offense.
We can already do that. Evan says, I hope we make Drake May our B Texan 33-17. He's going 33-17.
17 sure is a lot of points to think they're going to score on this Texans team.
I think CJ finds it. Everyone is picking New England. LFG. I don't know if they are.
Everyone's not picking New England. That's not quite the truth.
Quote, just a small market team from Houston.
I don't know that anybody has said that. Who said that this week?
Shout out to Evan. Random Looker says, if W against Pats, who do you want next? Bills or Broncos? Get ahead of yourself. Go ahead.
I would think most people.
You want the home game against Buffalo, who you've beaten?
I would think most people want the home game against Buffalo, who you've had a lot of success against. I'm assuming you want Denver.
Either one, man.
You have been avoid Buffalo. I mean, initially.
I avoid going to Buffalo.
Avoid going to Buffalo,
yeah.
But we began playoff conversations with, hey, Josh Allen's still pretty scary.
I'll just say this. I get that it's at home. I get they've had success against Josh Allen. I just don't necessarily think that that's like a great thing. Like Carolina had beat the Rams before last week. I actually don't think that helped them. I actually think it has the opposite impact where a good team with talent kind of looks at it as you're not going to surprise them. They always say it's hard to beat a team twice. I think it's hard to own Josh Allen 3 times. And let's also look at it this way. If you play Josh Allen next week, yeah, he might be banged up. You have had success, but he would have gone to Jacksonville and won, and he would have gone to Denver and won. So he's probably in a pretty decent rhythm at that point. It's not like a midseason. Am I sitting here saying like it's
well, then he's due for a stinker.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Or he's due for a good game against the Texans, however you look at it. Like either way, it's a good thing. But if you told me before the season, Okay, the Texans are gonna they're gonna have a chance to get to the Super Bowl, and the 3 quarterbacks that you're gonna have to beat are Lamar Jackson's watching, Patrick Mahomes is watching, Josh Allen is watching, and you're gonna have to beat the ghost of Aaron Rodgers, Drake May, and Bo Nix. I would sign up for that. Because
I would love a little revenge on Buffalo.
the other thing is, like we talk about,
I got some saved tweets. I need to go back at some Broncos fans.
God. Oh yeah, the bet tweet. By the way, are you betting against the Broncos this week?
Absolutely, I'm betting against the Broncos.
Yeah, you have
this
to
week.
after you said that crap.
Absolutely, and that one loudmouth PE coach, I got his school email saved to send him an email Monday morning.
But do you not, dude? That guy was the worst.
Tuesday morning. Monday's a holiday. Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
Ha ha. I'm just gonna say Broncos lost, and the subject, and then the body's just gonna say ha ha.
He tagged me into y'all's conversation, and I was like, "What is the problem? Why am I in this?" Cody like got into it with some like high school like coach who went like 0-13.
His high school football team that he was the head coach of. He was chirping me on Twitter, and I looked up the record of the team that he coached, and they were like 2-11 on the season. And I just said maybe less social media time, more coaching time. And he's like, well, way to make fun of the kids. And I was like, no, that's not the kids' fault. I think it's the coach's fault.
And then I'm not even like paying attention, and I look, and it's like, hey, at Landry Locker, you support a guy who talks about kids? And I'm like, I think he's saying that. I think he's actually looking out for the kids, saying they need a better effing coach.
Yeah, that's
like
what I was saying.
I think that's what he was saying. But yeah, and then he like tagged the Texans.
He tagged the Texans. I was like, hey, buddy, I don't think they watch.
But then I looked at his social media, and I also said, dude, honestly, like if my kid's coach acted like you do on social media, I would just tell you to just kind of not coach my kid, to be honest with you. But yeah, it was weird.
Little Timmy would be flipping to a different sport with a different coach who maybe doesn't have a Twitter account.
But to go back to the Josh Allen thing, I know that there's a lot of people that want the Bills, but the part of the reason that I like the Texans so much this week is I think they're more battle tested. I know Mike Vrabel's been there a lot as a player and a coach, but the combination of CJ Stroud and D'Amico Ryans, they're more battle tested. Like, this is their 3rd time doing this. This is Drake May's 1st time doing this. So Josh Allen, like, he's been trying to get over the Kansas City Chiefs hurdle. Like, there's been times where he's had like MVP caliber performances and he loses. So you're going against, you're not for the first time in the playoffs, like even against Denver, you could say you're more battle tested when it comes to the coach QB duo.
Sure.
You lose that advantage against Buffalo, but either one you sign up for. And the way that you have handled Josh Allen is definitely something that you could hang your hat on.
Yes, I agree.
So there we go. I don't think you agree.
I do.
I don't think you agree.
Hang your hat wherever you'd like, Landry. Hang your hat wherever you'd like.
So we have some stuff to give away courtesy of TriStar, the TriStar Collectibles Show. It's January 30th through February 1st. We're going on Saturday.
Yep, we'll be there on the 31st, Saturday the 31st.
We're also going to get some experiences that we will give away next week, which is some meet and greets with, I think, Nico, Woody Mark, some other celebs. So we got free tickets to the show if anyone wants some free tickets to the show, and we'll be giving away a couple baseballs.
Yeah, some autographed baseballs.
Right now. Like after we get off the air.
Right when we're done. If you came out to BB'S, you have a chance to win an autographed baseball.
Yeah, it's almost baseball season. Who we got?
I heard baseball season ended last night.
What do you mean?
Well, because Kyle
Tucker
Tucker signed with the Dodgers. I heard the Dodgers.
Where are they getting their money?
Automatically won again. They're getting their money from Ohtani revenue. That's what they're getting their money from.
Goodness gracious, that's a lot of money. And he got a 1-year opt-out of that deal even.
Yeah.
So good for him.
Yeah.
Do you agree that the season's a waste if the Texans don't win this game tomorrow?
Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree.
You would be for the 2nd year in a row. I felt strongly about the defense last year. I felt they were a Super Bowl caliber defense last year. I feel even more strongly this year that they're a Super Bowl caliber defense. And if you don't play for a chance to go to the Super Bowl, it would be a waste of the season.
Yeah, I think everything's laid up very nicely for you. I think the stuff that you can control, obviously you controlled. And I think the stuff that you can't control has gone your way. Even without Nico, like, you've been healthy. I think the path has been nice. And New England is a younger team that you're going against that's not as battle tested. So I would agree with you. Like, I don't think it's dramatic to say that they've got to justify their season. They got to justify the decisions they made in the offseason. and win this game. And I feel good about it. I think the Texans win. If you put the betting line up to like -7, I would take the Texans -7.
Wow.
I'll put it that way. I would alternate line it to -7. Maybe famous last words. Just can't help the way I feel. And I don't believe in any jinx or anything like that. So that's just where I'm at.
I like the Texans in this one as well, and I like it. I like it probably a little bit closer than you, but I like the Texans in this one. Probably about a 4.
Okay, so you got the cover.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate everyone for rolling through.
Well, hold on. Hold on.
Oh no.
I got a cooler right here at my feet.
Okay.
My guy Robert here. We've been talking about this. I've been talking about this on the show. Been talking about it on Houston Football. Mr. Pibb's back.
Okay.
Okay. Pib Extra gone. Mr. Pibb back, but it's not back in Houston yet. I haven't seen it anywhere. Go to 20 grocery stores. I haven't seen it anywhere. But Robert knew I was looking for it.
That's what that cooler is.
And he was out and about.
Holy crap.
He was out and about, out and around, and he's got me loaded up with Mr. Pibbs. Mr. Pibb, zero sugar. So he got me loaded up. So I gave a big shout out to Robert for taking care of me, getting me some Mr. Pibbs. And I'll share. If somebody wants to try Mr. Pibb, I'll share. Okay.
I don't think Robert's seen you drink soda before. You just created a problem here. This is I'm having flashbacks of when you used to just chug out of the Dr. Pepper liter bottles.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
He's going to get addicted now. This is your fault, Robert.
In the past, I maybe had a Dr. Pepper problem. Okay. Sure. In the past.
And now it's just
I might be the reason they don't sell 3 liters anymore. You know,
you're like my stepdad, rest in peace, who switched from Tanqueray to Crown. Yeah, you know, I think it's easier on the liver.
Oh wow.
Rest in peace, Mike. I love you, but that was a little crazy back in the day.
Well, I've switched from Dr. Pepper to Mr. Pibb.
So there you go. Hopefully we're not pouring one out for you. Appreciate everyone for rolling through. Be sure to subscribe, like, ride along. TriStar Show. We'll be doing some stuff. We're going to give away some stuff here. We'll give away tickets next week as well at Spanky's, the Saturday show. We've been ripping a lot of cards. I hope they have some breaks there.
Oh yeah,
because I will definitely be indulging in that. All right. Always remember, when it comes to this Texan stuff, we're all in it together.
Eat good, sleep good, be good. We'll talk Texans again soon. Thanks for watching, everybody. And thanks everybody for coming out to BB's.
You got to say drink good too for the pib. You got to say drink good.
Drink good too.